Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the presentation on innovative solutions for grinding and measuring of gears and profiles from the company KAPP NILES GmbH and Co. KG in Germany. I am Rohit Pereira, the Managing Director of KAPP NILES India Technologies Private Limited, and will be making the presentation this afternoon. As the time is a little short also, we will try to cover as many aspects as possible of the machine technologies and measurement. And should you have any queries, we will try to answer this at the end, but during the question and answer session. But if I do get in a little bit into that time, I would request you to kindly send us your questions through email or on the contact that you will get right at the end, and we will definitely get back to you. KAPP and NILES are very well-known brands since a very long time, and we are the leaders in the field of gear grinding or gear finishing. We have over 120 years of mechanical engineering experience in building machines, and we have over 1,000 employees worldwide. KAPP NILES is headquartered in Coburg, Germany, with a plant for the machines and a separate plant for CBN tools and dressers. There is another plant in Berlin for machines. We have a third plant at Grossostheim for the measuring machines. As you can see from the screen, we have subsidiaries all over the world, with the latest being KAPP NILES India Technologies in Bangalore, with our offices in Pune and Delhi as of now. We will now move on to the sectors that KAPP NILES caters to, and in specific, we will cover over the next 2-3 slides the types of components, which will give you an idea of the variety, the range, and flexibility of our machines. The word mobility sector clearly shows you our strengths in the sectors of automotive and aviation and shipping. A few examples, of course, are the components which are showcased here, namely gear shafts, ring gears, double wheels, pump rotors in the automotive sector, while we have sector gears, triple pinions, input shafts, and double helical under the aviation and shipping. Basically, anything cylindrical gear or profile part that requires to be ground is almost possible on our machines. Flexibility being our focus, we cater to parts like cycloidal gears and ring gears housing for robotics, and all kinds of gears, worms, and drive wheels for the conveyor systems and the industrial gearboxes. We don't just stay small, we go big as well. Wind energy being a very interesting sector for us, with planetary gears and pinion shafts. Besides, in the hydraulic pumps and compressed air sectors, we do GE rotors and screw rate rotors, to name a few. As you can see, we are not limited in any sector, be it external or internal. We grind the parts wherever possible. KAPP produces its own CBN tools and dressers for the machines that we supply. The yellow marked ones are the non-dressable CBN tools. The blue marked ones are the dressable CBN tools. We do special tools for rotors and also special profiles. We do slot grinding from slots, as you can see also on the screen. We cover all the ranges as explained, right from generating grinding up to 1 meter dia, profile grinding up to 8 meters, and special plain cylindrical or bow grinding up to 3 meters. All our machines can take CBN and worm wheels. This is just an overview which covers all our ranges of machines. All the tools you see on this page are manufactured by KAPP in-house. This includes also rotor grinding and special tools. This is a big advantage for us as we are able to control the process completely, and due to our experience in the field, we are able to achieve the high tolerances required in the industries. This slide shows you the different types of grinding tools and dressing tools we have in our program. The gear honing machine is not part of our program, but the tools we make are supplied to customers for this type of program. We have both the dressable and non-dressable grinding tools as well. This is an overview of application technologies, which I will highlight some aspects over the next slides for your reference. KAPP NILES are Industry 4.0 ready and offer this additionally to all those requiring it in their plants as part of our machine supply. We will now talk briefly about topological generating grinding, which is gaining a lot of focus of late and also being widely used in the electric vehicle markets. Here on this slide, the descriptions are very clear. We do machining with a modified grinding worm. The dressing is with a standard dressing roll. Nothing too complicated on this. It is our software which does all the calculations given to it. And as you can see from the challenge and the solution, we have a solution with us with a defined influence on the bias and twist. Like I said on the software, here we have the screen of the control, the HMI, which is a very simple screen and requires the parameters to be entered manually. The software calculates the details. You as a customer have the possibility to change the number of shifting areas, even though recommendations are given by the software as well. The results you see here as a comparison. On the left side in the red is without the topological grinding, and on the right side is with topological grinding. You can see what we are able to achieve. KAPP, incidentally, here is one of the leaders in the field of topological grinding. Moving on to the generating grinding with small tools. This is specifically requiring high-speed grinding spindles, especially critical when it comes to two interfering gears on the same shaft, for example, cluster gears. The next few slides, I will discuss a little more in detail on this. Here are some examples of the small tools which we use on our machines where we do generating grinding. Spindle speeds of RPM 23,000. We have automatic balancing on them, changeable tool hours with the same interface. The workpieces of this are available on certain models of our machine doing generating grinding. Here is an example of a cluster gear. We use a bigger wheel for the bigger part and a smaller wheel for the smaller part, but not in the same clamping. The tool used here is a 30% SG wheel of dia 150 mm with 4 starts. For the bigger dia, the gear we use is a standard 280 mm. Whereas when we come down to the smaller gear, we have to change over to a 150 mm dia. This way, we do not risk any collision between the two gears with a bigger wheel. Secondly, with a bigger wheel, trying to do the smaller wheel, we have to do profile, whereas in a smaller wheel, we're able to do generating grinding. Here you can see the setup with a smaller wheel. The former technology of using non-dressable profile CBN grinding wheels with a grinding time of approximately 5.4 minutes is now replaced with a smaller dressable worm wheel with grinding times of approximately 2.9 minutes. So from this, you will see that we are able to achieve approximately 46% higher productivity with generating grinding and no longer profile grinding required. This is a big benefit, especially in such type of components. We will now talk a little bit about superfinishing in the grinding process for both generating and profile grinding. The wheel, as you see here, is a sandwich wheel. The yellow marked area is the grinding area, and the red marked area is a superfinishing area. In other words, the blue wheel is the grinding wheel, and the pink wheel is a superfinishing wheel, which is sandwiched together. The requirement of such a setup is specifically for high surface quality achievements. For example, as we say here, RA less than 0.1. Show you the difference between the same gear. On the right side, we have the part after grinding, and on the left side here, we have it after superfinishing. This slide gives you how the setup looks. It's basically a three-step process. The roughing and semi-finishing is done with the gray or the blue part of the wheel, and the superfinishing with the yellow part of the wheel. A total time approximately of about 2 minutes for this kind of a component. Here the measurement sheet shows you the accuracies that we are achieving. On the left side, before superfinishing, and on the right side in green marked after superfinishing. Over the next slides, I'm just going to run you through some slides with examples because we are running a little bit into a time factor also. So we just show you a few slides about double helical gears. That these are also possible in our machines. The grinding of both lead directions in one process. As you can see here. For this, of course, we do have a special software aligning the gear to accommodate the apex point. We distribute the stock across all points, and all gear points are ground within the required limits. We have the option of filling in the minimum and the maximal stocks. And considering the grinding stock and the apex point, this is very critical, especially for aviation type of parts. Some other options we do are planetary gears, where we are able to do cylindrical or tapered bores, faces, external diameters, internals. This is all the flexibility of our machines. We are even able to use two wheels for roughing and finishing. And this you can see over the next slide as well. We are also able to do ring gears internal, going up to even 3 meters or more. I now come to the part of the closed loop tool management, process monitoring, condition monitoring, basically a part of our digitization or Industry 4.0. KAPP NILES is definitely ready in this direction. The next slides will show you a bit of this for your information. The KM grind, a closed loop which is offered by KAPP NILES, was also shown at the last EMO last year. In the closed loop, it is between the grinding machine, which through a secure data transfer through software and QR codes, we send the data to the measuring machine. This in turn calculates or measures the workpieces and exports through the GDE to the machine software, which automatically corrects the requirements as per the defined rules. The user can input the defined corrections of, for example, FH alpha, FH beta, tooth width in advance and confirm it to be done automatically. Now here you can see on the screen where all this can be entered even manually, and the range is set for example, for the profile angle deviation, for flank line deviation, and deviation based tangent lengths. Here, for example, we give a range between which no correction is required. If it falls within the following range, then we can give a percentage of what needs to be corrected, for example, 90% or 100% or 95%. And this is available for both flanks, left and right. After that, here you can see the output or display as shown on the screen after the process goes on and the correction is taken. So this is all on the screen of the machine. This slide now gives a broad picture of the measuring machines offered by KAPP NILES Metrology. KAPP NILES not only makes gear grinding machines, but we have the machines to measure the gears that we grind as well. We have ranges right from small to large, standalone, portal type, and portable machines as well, which can be taken up to the machine and measured. This is a huge advantage for all of us, where we are able to have in-house manufacture of tools and dressers, gear grinding machines, and the measuring machines. In this way, we are able to control and use our experience to the best in gear grinding. The next few slides, I will just show you some of the clamping situations of the measuring machines and some of the parts that can be covered also. This is one of the smallest machines that we have, the 2X. We have tool changers. We have multiple measuring options, clamping situations. Here you can see the different types, just as a information, some gears. We go big as well, going up to workpieces of, on this range of up to 2,250 mm. We do also have machines going up to 3 meters or more in measuring. The picture you see here does say a lot about whom we have supplied to. The number of machines are still counting. The number of tools are still counting. This is an overview of those we have supplied to worldwide. In India specifically, we do have machines with, for example, Kia Motors, SN Pro, RACL, New Allenbury, Hindustan Aeronautics, Kalyani Technoforge, LG Equipments, Carraro, IGW, Spyro Gears, Perfect Gears, the Hero Motors Group, Shiva Autotech, and Eppinger, just to name a few. Though we have not shown too many of the logos because we still have to get permissions to show that. As you can see here, we have also Tata Motors. Coming to KAPP NILES India, this company is a whole 100% owned subsidiary of KAPP NILES in Germany. It was started this year in May to cater to the Indian customer, not just for sales of machines, but for service, installation, prove outs of components, after sales, and sale of spare parts as well. This incidentally is my contact. You can send me emails and we will definitely be in a position to respond to you. Just to give you an overview, the shareholders of KAPP are KAPP GmbH and KAPP Werkzeug Maschinen. That's me, the managing director in India, together with a director in Pune. And we have sales and service across Pune, New Delhi, and Bangalore at the moment. So in this way, we are covering quite a bit of the south, the west, and the north. As we get more requirements and more to do, we definitely will be increasing this as much as possible. We are ready for new challenges. Are you ready for new challenges? Do contact us for any query and we would be glad to assist you. I think with that, I am come to the end. I'd like to say thank you to you all. We have still another few minutes. If there are some questions that I could respond to, I will try to. If they're very technical, I will get back to you. I now leave the floor open for questions. I know it's quite difficult sometimes when you have so much on a screen to come up with questions. Feel free, like I said, send me your details on this email address. Send me your drawings with your exact requirements, and I'll be glad to assist you. Thank you, whoever has given me comments. Looking forward to hearing from you as well. I think the biggest advantage of KAPP is we have it all under one roof. Machines, tools. We do to some extent our own fixturing also. We have the measuring machines and we give you a one-stop solution. So it looks like people have understood a little bit of what we were intending to present.